Benzino has reignited his long-standing feud with Eminem, accusing him of exploiting their early 2000s beef to gain clout, build street credibility, and then discarding him once it served its purpose. He claims he was the reason Eminem was ever seen as authentic, raw and controversial, pointing out that while their feud made headlines, Eminem's career only soared higher. With hit songs like The Sauce and Nail in the Coffin, a starring role in 8 Mile, and critical acclaim that solidified his place in hip-hop. However, Benzino insists that behind the scenes, Eminem manipulated the beef to his advantage, while downplaying Benzino's influence in shaping the narrative, portraying himself as the underdog when in reality, Benzino believes the industry's bias against him helped Eminem control the public perception. Now, years later, Benzino's decision to speak out has stirred conversations about whether he is bitter over the past, or exposing an uncomfortable truth about how hip-hop rivalries are used for personal gain. The internet is still buzzing after Blueface pulled a move that felt less like a spur-of-a-moment stunt and more like a calculated opening shot in a bigger game. Overnight, he wiped his Instagram completely clean, no photos, no videos, no highlights, and then, without a single word of explanation, swapped his profile picture to Angela, the woman whose name has been circling his orbit in rumors, sightings, and whispered drama for nearly a year. Fans, critics, and celebrities all dove into the conversation, some calling it a genius power play, others dismissing it as a desperate bid for attention, but insiders insist it's part of a carefully planned rollout for something explosive on the horizon. To understand why this seemingly simple act has social media in a stranglehold, you have to look at the months of quiet tension and speculation leading up to it. Blueface has built his brand on chaos, turning his social media into a running reality show filled with fights, reconciliations, cryptic subtweets, lavish displays, and petty shots aimed at his latest target. But this felt different. This was clean, methodical, intentional. Angela's connection to him has never been officially confirmed, yet her presence has been a recurring shadow, first spotted in the background of a live stream before quickly slipping out of view. Later, identified by eagle-eyed fans at a private LA studio session, and repeatedly linked to him through suspiciously timed posts from his on-again off-again partner. Over time, they were allegedly seen together at an underground boxing match, and rumors swirled about a discreet getaway to Miami. Still, neither of them ever addressed it until now. 3 weeks ago, during a rambling late-night live, Blue dropped a cryptic line about loyalty and betrayal. Sometimes the one who's really riding for you ain't the one everybody's watching. At the time, it was just another cryptic Blueface moment. But now, with his social media wiped clean and Angela's face front and center, it feels less like coincidence and more like the start of a story. He's finally ready to tell her a fire he's about to light. Within minutes of Blueface's late-night live stream, the comments section lit up like a wildfire. He's talking about Angela. Drop the act, we see you. But just as the speculation reached a fever pitch, he abruptly ended the stream and vanished. Angela, however, seemed in no rush to cool the flames. She never outright confirmed their connection, but her posts spoke volumes. A pointed song lyric about taking someone's spot, a playful boomerang of 2 champagne glasses clinking under the caption, "Cheers to patience," and most eyebrow of all, a mirror selfie in what fans swore was Blueface's kitchen. Tension was already simmering, but no one could have predicted the move that came next. In one calculated sweep, Blueface wiped his entire Instagram years of photos, collaborations, and personal moments erased without warning. Then, like the final twist of a knife, he replaced his profile picture with a close-up of Angela's face, smirking like she held the punchline to a joke no one else knew. If this had been any other artist, fans might have simply dismissed the whole thing as another instance of online trolling or a fleeting publicity stunt. But Blueface's history suggested something far more calculated. Over the years, whenever his personal life took a dramatic turn, it was always preceded by a carefully orchestrated social media move. These weren't random outbursts or impulsive posts, they were strategic maneuvers, each designed to set the stage for a much bigger story waiting to unfold. His Instagram purge, for example, was more than just deleting content. It was the opening salvo in a carefully crafted campaign. The trail of clues this time was even more tantalizing. An insider close to Blueface's inner circle revealed that the wipe wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. On the contrary, the rapper had been meticulously planning it for over a week. The source explained that Blueface went as far as hiring someone specifically to archive every single post and piece of content before pulling the plug on his entire feed. This level of preparation indicated that the deletion wasn't about erasing history, but rather about controlling the narrative, wiping the slate clean to start a new chapter on his own terms. More than that, the insider claimed that this social media blackout was not an ending but a bold announcement, a statement of intent. The switch to Angela's face as his new profile picture was especially telling. Far from being a casual or cryptic gesture, the move was a direct signal to the public. Their rumored relationship wasn't just real, it was about to be made official in a big way. According to the source, this profile picture change was likely a prelude to a public debut, a moment designed to append previous stories and rumors about Blueface's personal life and shift the entire conversation in a fresh, more dramatic direction. What made this situation so captivating wasn't just the mystery around Angela's identity or the ambiguity of their relationship. It was the unmistakable pattern behind Blueface's actions, a masterclass in using social media as a weapon to manipulate public perception. By wiping his feed, he erased old narratives, petty controversies, and personal moments, essentially hitting reset. And then, by planting Angela's image front and center, he didn't just acknowledge the rumors. He took ownership of the story, and invited everyone to pay close attention to what was coming next. This was no ordinary celebrity social media moment. It was a meticulously planned reveal, signaling that Blueface was gearing up for a significant personal and professional transformation. The anticipation around what this meant, whether a new relationship announcement, a power play, or the launch of a carefully choreographed publicity campaign, had fans and industry insiders on edge. The message was clear. Blueface was controlling the narrative, and whatever came next, it would be on his terms, marking a pivotal moment in his career and public persona. From there, theories multiplied. Was this a love reveal, a revenge play, a business pivot, or was Angela about to become the centerpiece of his next major project? Whatever the motive, it was clear the move was intentional. And if the Instagram purge was the match, what followed was pure gasoline? Less than 24 hours later, a fan account dropped what they claimed was a leaked DM exchange between the two. The screenshots, complete with timestamps and read receipts, appeared to show Blueface writing, "It's time, you ready?" To which Angela replied, "Always, let's show them." No turning back after this. Hours after that, grainy cell phone footage emerged from a private West Hollywood dinner. There, they were, Blueface and Angela in a dim corner booth, leaning close, her hand resting casually on his leg. The clip ended with Angela glancing straight at the camera and smirking, almost as if she wanted to be caught. That's when the backlash erupted. For months, Blueface's on and off partner had been hinting at betrayal and fake loyalty without naming names. But now, with Angela's face front and center on his profile and fresh footage making the rounds, fans started stitching the puzzle together, and many didn't like the picture it formed. One viral tweet seethed, "So all that family first talk was a lie. Wiping your IG for her is wild." Another post racked up over 50,000 likes, cementing the shift in public sentiment. Whatever Blueface had set in motion, it was working. Everyone was watching, talking, and waiting for the next move. The backlash reached a boiling point. When one scathing comment went viral, you deleted every memory of your kids and replaced it with a woman you barely claim. Clown behavior. And it wasn't just random fans sounding off, industry voices began chiming in. A producer who'd worked with Blueface on one of his early hits fired off a tweet, quickly deleted that read, "I warned you years ago about letting her in." Then, an ex-friend of Angela jumped on TikTok, claiming she'd been biding her time for the perfect moment to strike, framing the whole thing not as romance, but as a calculated grab for leverage. Things turned darker when an anonymous account, claiming ties to Blueface's own management, messaged a hip-hop gossip blog with a blunt statement. "This whole Angela thing, it's payback. Someone crossed a line, and he's making sure they feel it." But the most explosive twist didn't come from Blueface, came from Angela. Late that night, she posted an Instagram story that sent the internet into overdrive. A single chess queen toppled beside a tiptoeing king. Captioned simply, "Checkmate." It was her first direct public signal since Blueface's profile change, and it ignited a frenzy of interpretation. Was Angela declaring herself the queen? Was Blueface the fallen king? Or was this aimed at someone else entirely? Theories swirled. She'd secured her place in his life for good. This was aimed at a rival woman. Blueface was merely her pawn. The speculation doubled when, the next morning, A second leak surfaced grainy footage from inside a recording studio showing Blueface and Angela in headphones, laughing between takes. Off camera, a voice could be heard saying, "This track's going to ruin some people." By this point, the entire narrative had evolved far beyond simple relationship speculation. The question on everyone's lips wasn't just whether Blueface and Angela were an item anymore, it had morphed into a much more pressing inquiry. Who exactly were they targeting with this unfolding saga? Blueface, ever the enigma, maintained complete silence. No live streams, no cryptic tweets, no interviews to clarify or calm the storm. His Instagram remained wiped clean, save for that single profile picture, Angela's sly, knowing smirk, which only deepened the intrigue. The public was left to piece together the puzzle from a series of leaks and carefully timed social media breadcrumbs, each one igniting fresh waves of speculation and theories. Amidst this swirling chaos, an anonymous insider reached out to a popular celebrity gossip outlet with a tantalizing scoop. The current silence wasn't an absence of activity but a strategic pause. According to this tip, Blueface and Angela were gearing up for a highly anticipated red carpet debut slated to occur within the next 2 weeks. This event was being described as a confirmation of their alliance, one that would do far more than just publicly acknowledge their relationship. It was expected to be a full-scale reveal that would expose more than anyone's ready for, hinting at bombshell disclosures with the power to shake not only their personal worlds but the wider industry as well. If the rumor held any truth, what appeared on the surface as messy relationship drama was in fact a meticulously planned campaign, loaded with potential fallout that could embroil several prominent figures, brands, and alliances across the hip-hop and entertainment landscape. This wasn't merely about love or personal rivalry, it was about influence, power plays, and positioning within a larger game. The earlier cryptic chess post Angela shared now took on a far deeper significance. It wasn't just symbolic flair, it was a calculated move in a high-stakes game of strategy and control. And then, just as fans and insiders braced for the next move, the situation took an even more dramatic turn, effectively flipping the board. New developments began to surface that suggested this was far from the end. Rather, it was a bold opening, gambit for a complex saga with layers still hidden beneath the surface. The evolving story was no longer just about a couple's drama. It had escalated into an industry-wide spectacle. Everyone was watching, waiting to see how the pieces would fall, knowing that when the curtain finally rose on this anticipated debut, the ripple effects could redefine alliances and reshape the power dynamics of the West Coast hip-hop scene. The tension was palpable, the stakes were sky-high, and the game was just getting started. 3 days after the IG purge and her cryptic checkmate came a high-definition paparazzi bombshell. The photo, plastered across gossip pages, showed Blueface and Angela arm-in-arm outside a luxury Beverly Hills hotel with none other than Marcus Stacks Holloway walking just a few steps behind. Casual fans might not recognize the name, but in the music business, Marcus is a heavyweight, a deep-pocketed investor in multiple West Coast hip-hop ventures, a silent partner in major labels, and most notably the man who bankrolled Blueface breakout tours before their public falling out over money. The image sparked chaos online. Why was Marcus suddenly back in the picture, strolling with them like old allies? Theories exploded. Marcus was funding whatever Angela and Blueface were plotting. The trio was building a power alliance. The entire spectacle was an orchestrated PR play backed by serious money. Then, as if scripted, a hip-hop leak account dropped an anonymous audio recording. 2 male voices, one unmistakably similar to Blueface, the other alleged to be Marcus, could be heard discussing the rollout. Their tone deliberate, confident, and hinting at something far bigger than an Instagram stunt. In a leaked audio clip, Blueface's voice could be heard laying out the strategy like a general before battle. "We need to time it so the feed's still dry. She's the first post when it comes back," Marcus replied with a calm confidence, and Blueface continued, "By the time they realize, we're already 3 steps ahead, the internet's gone viral." If authentic, it meant the Instagram wipe, Angela's sudden appearance as his profile picture, and every conveniently timed leak were pieces of a carefully engineered playbook. And with Marcus in the mix, it was clear this wasn't just about romance, it was about power, payback, and profit. Angela did nothing to quiet the storm. That same night, she uploaded a black-and-white selfie to her story, her eyes hidden behind oversized shades, captioned simply, "Every move is calculated." Hours later, Blueface's usually reserved baby mama broke her silence with a scathing Instagram live. She avoided names, but her meaning was sharp enough to cut glass. I don't care who you think you are or how much money you've got behind you when you play dirty with family. Karma hits harder than any diss track. Viewers didn't need subtitles, they knew exactly who she meant. Then, a fresh bombshell. A man identifying himself as D, a former associate of Marcus, appeared on a niche but notoriously accurate gossip YouTube channel. His claim: Angela had been connected to Marcus long before Blueface entered the picture, and she'd been playing a long game. According to D, she pitched Marcus a blueprint months earlier, a new entertainment label built on controversy, clout, and precision-timed stunts. The motto: make headlines first, drop content later. And with his unpredictability and massive following, Blueface was the perfect match to light the fuse. D even alleged there was a contract binding Blueface and Angela together for at least 6 months, relationship or not. If true, the whole saga wasn't a whirlwind romance, it was a business partnership in disguise. Every spontaneous move, the cryptic captions, the leaks, the chess imagery was part of a scripted rollout. When asked if there was more to come, D's answer was chilling: what you've seen so far. That's just the intro. By now, the story had escaped the gossip pages and was eating up airtime on major hip-hop radio segments. Some called it genius marketing. Others saw it as manipulative theater. But everyone agreed the next chapter could redraw power lines across the West Coast scene. Late that night, Angela's image vanished from Blueface's profile, replaced by a stark photo of 3 chess pieces, a queen, a rook, and a knight standing over a toppled king. Fans instantly speculated about who the fallen king represented. The internet exploded into a frenzy unlike any other. Twitter Spaces buzzed non-stop, with conversations so heated that one room reached a staggering 30,000 listeners before the platform crashed under the weight of the hype. The phrase echoing through countless replay loops was chilling and unmistakable. This isn't a love story, this is war disguised as romance. That single line became the rallying cry for fans and critics alike, encapsulating the complex emotions swirling around the unfolding drama. Meanwhile, on TikTok, self-proclaimed detectives grabbed their virtual magnifying glasses, assembling intricate timelines and connecting dots on whiteboards with almost forensic precision. Every clip, caption, and cryptic post was dissected and analyzed, fueling theories that spread like wildfire across the platform. Instagram comments sections, once casual spaces for fans to share thoughts, transformed overnight into digital battlegrounds. Heated debates erupted between supporters of different sides, with insults and defenses flying fast and furious. It was no longer just about Blueface or Angela. Individually, it became a cultural spectacle, with fans divided into camps and fiercely loyal to their chosen narrative. Every comment thread was a mini warzone where even the most mundane post could spark thousands of replies, memes, and GIFs, adding even more fuel to the fire. Celebrities never shy about weighing in on hot topics. Into the fray, one chart-topping rapper, known for her sharp wit and no-nonsense social media presence, posted a seemingly simple reaction: a laughing emoji followed by a chess queen icon. That subtle yet powerful gesture sent her mentions into complete meltdown, with fans interpreting it as an unmistakable endorsement of Angela's side. The floodgates opened, and the rapper's followers flooded her comments with theories, support, and fervent debate, turning a single post into a viral moment that only amplified the drama. This blend of fan fervor, influencer involvement, and celebrity intrigue turned what might have been a personal feud into a full-blown cultural event. The conversations spilled out of social media and into podcasts, radio shows, and even mainstream news outlets, making the story impossible to ignore. It became a symbol of the new age of hip-hop drama, one where social media isn't just a platform for sharing music but a battleground for power, reputation, and influence. Everyone was watching, everyone was talking, and no one wanted to miss a single move in this high-stakes game unfolding in real time. A seasoned West Coast veteran dropped a tweet that sliced through the noise. "Back in my day, we didn't need chessboards to make moves. We just showed up." That single line lit a fresh round of debates about the state of modern hip-hop. Whether calculated stunts were replacing raw authenticity. Even brands smelled opportunity. One streetwear label posted a hoodie mock-up emblazoned with checkmate energy, riding the wave for all it was worth. It went viral instantly, though the comments quickly split into 2 camps: those who admired the hustle and those who saw it as cashing in on a messy personal feud. Industry insiders were equally split. One well-connected A&R told a podcast host, off the record, that Marcus's fingerprints on this whole thing made perfect sense. He's been searching for a chaos-fueled project like this for years. But another exec called it a dangerous gamble. Warning: if people feel played, they'll turn on all three overnight. Meanwhile, Blueface's baby mama fired another shot via Instagram. Live no names. No subtweets, just venom. Some folks think they're building an empire. Nah, they're stacking a house of cards. And I'll be here when it falls. A clipped version of her rant became a trending TikTok sound within hours. Then Angela made her boldest move yet. Out of nowhere, she launched a fresh Instagram account. Posts, no bio. Just one story highlight titled "Coming Soon." Tapping it revealed a 3-second loop. A velvet curtain pulling back before cutting to black. No hints, no follow-up, just enough to send the internet spiraling. Was it a music video? A brand launch? A tello? Blueface kept his silence. His Instagram remained wiped except for the ominous chessboard image. The quiet only fed speculation. A public couple reveal imminent. Was Marcus truly pulling the strings? Who was the toppled king meant to be? By now, this wasn't just hip-hop drama, it was a countdown, and everyone could feel it ticking. Then came the curveball. Phones buzzed with a push alert from a gossip outlet. Private dinner video of Blueface and Angela leaked, third voice identified. Minutes later, it was everywhere: Twitter threads, TikTok edits, Instagram reposts. Grainy footage, shot from behind a plant in a dimly lit room, showed Blueface and Angela whispering closely. At the 20-second mark, a shadow leaned in. Marcus Stax's. This time, he wasn't just lurking, he was speaking. The date's locked. But remember, when it drops, you're not just burning one bridge, you're burning 5. Angela nodded without hesitation. Blueface smirked. That was it. No further context. Speculation detonated. Were those 5 rival labels former allies? Personal connections he was willing to torch? 2 hours later, Blueface's empty feed roared back to life with a single image. A match being struck in total darkness, the flame sharp and deliberate. The message was crystal clear: something was about to ignite. Angela wasted no time. On her Coming Soon account, she posted a sleek clip, a golden embossed invitation sliding into a matte black envelope. Whatever was coming, it was going to be public and it was going to be big. The invitation simply read, November 17th, the reveal. No location, no details. That cryptic message unleashed a wave of both excitement and anxiety. Fans scrambled to check if any major hip-hop events were scheduled for that day and found nothing. This meant whatever was coming was their own event, meticulously planned and shrouded in mystery. Not one to stay quiet, Blueface's baby mama jumped into the chaos with another live session, this time radiating a nearly triumphant energy. Go ahead, set your date, she challenged. I'll have the receipts ready before the cake's even cut. Her words only fueled the fire of speculation. Would this be a celebratory launch, a major album drop, or a full-blown public showdown? By night's end, the atmosphere was electric. There were no fence-sitters anymore. You were either riding with Blueface and Angela, admiring the calculated brilliance of their strategy, or you were squarely in the camp convinced this was a catastrophic career gamble. Then, as the clock struck midnight, Angela dropped one final story before vanishing offline, a black screen with one haunting line. When the king falls, the queen doesn't just rule, she rebuilds the kingdom. The meaning was vague but powerful, signaling that November 17th wasn't just a date on the calendar, it was a declaration. A warning that what was coming could reshape Blueface's entire world, personally and professionally. Let's be honest, of this feels accidental. The sequence of events, the Instagram wipe, the sudden swap to that enigmatic profile picture, the paparazzi shots capturing moments that seemed too timed to be coincidental, and now this elegant, cryptic gold invitation, everything points to a carefully orchestrated plan. This isn't the kind of chaos that happens overnight or without thought. It's more like a high-stakes chess match, with every piece moved deliberately. Each action calculated to create maximum impact at precisely the right moment. In a world where timing is everything, this rollout screams strategy over spontaneity. So, what exactly is the game plan here? On the surface, it could seem like a story about love. Two people making a public declaration of their relationship in a bold, unfiltered way. But the layers run deeper. The tone and timing hint at something more complicated, perhaps revenge. A power play designed to unsettle certain players in the industry or personal lives. Or maybe it's something even more ambitious, a seismic takeover that could ripple across the West Coast hip-hop scene, shaking the foundation of alliances, rivalries, and business dealings alike. Enter Marcus, a figure whose involvement immediately raises the stakes to a whole new level. Marcus isn't a background player or a casual observer. He's a heavyweight in the industry, known for pulling strings behind the scenes and shaping careers with both his money and influence. When someone like Marcus steps into the frame, you know the stakes have escalated from personal drama to a battle for power and control. His ominous reference to burning 5 bridges isn't just vague posturing, it's a direct signal that this isn't just about public image or petty disputes. This is about strategic moves, consolidating power, and perhaps severing ties with key industry players or allies who no longer serve their purpose. This entire narrative now feels like a complex game of influence, where alliances are forged and broken with precision. Blueface may be at the center, but the real architects could very well be Angela and Marcus, each maneuvering for dominance in a landscape where reputations are currency and timing can make or break careers. Whether this ends in a spectacular rise or a devastating fall remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. The moves so far are anything but random. They are the calculated plays of a master plan, unfolding in real time, with everyone watching, waiting for the next checkmate. So I'm turning it over to you. Who do you think those 5 bridges belong to? Is Blueface pulling the strings, or is he merely a pawn in Angela and Marcus's master plan? With moves this calculated, November 17th could either mark the rise of a dominant new empire, or the most spectacular public meltdown we've ever witnessed. Drop your thoughts, predictions, and wildest theories in the comments. I'm reading every one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. When November 17th arrives, I'll be right here with every clip, every angle, and every insider update. This is no longer just gossip, this is history unfolding live, and you're front row.